Good afternoon, and welcome to Heimdall's Watch, brought to you today by years and years of engineering and technological innovation.
Right. Last session, you guys got back to the church. You got talked with Rotha, who was all good about the idea of going to the monastery to get Sigrun and Odin. You tried to check in on Brant, who is not home. You rested up because you needed to rest, and then zip zap zoomed it off to the monastery.
With definitely no one else with us.
With definitely no one else with you.
For completely above board reasons.
In the monastery, Poppet established that he could see the rest of the shadow monks that are hiding around the place.
Let's surprise Ryan with spells that he doesn't realize we have.
I cast Fireball.
Cast Magic Missile at the darkness.
Neither of you guys have those spells. You're not wizards.
Powerful wizards.
We are.
We
are magic users. All magic users are the same.
I have cast multiple spells.
Yeah, it's not what I said. I said you guys aren't wizards. You guys are 100% not wizards. Confirmed non-wizardness.
I'm going to type into Google, do wizards spells? It says, yes, I have a tab on my thing called spells, ergo, I'm a wizard.
Do I need to make a Venn diagram for you?
Yeah.
Because I'll make the fuck out of a Venn diagram.
No need. We just proved it.
The lean back and crossing of hands is just flawless. It's like, ergo, I am right.
Can't beat science.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are in the monastery. Poppet established that the monks were watching from hidden positions with hidey magics.
They did that a lot.
And they also established that there was more than just you guys that came through.
Something dark. Something disturbing.
Who knows what it could be?
Story. Oh, the cat.
Meow, 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 meow. Poppet did see like a fluffy white tail sort of disappear behind one of the pillars and then not really turn up anywhere else. The monks have been dispatched off into various different directions, and one of them got dispatched off into a direction where he got stabbed by his own femur.
He got dispatched off to be dispatched.
Yeah. And that's where we pick up for this week. You guys are standing in front of the tableau of a person pinned against a wall.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think our work here is done. It's time to go. All agreed?
I don't think we've done anything we were meant to do.
Like literally none of it.
But I think we've done enough, though.
I think we've already done
That's probably accurate.
too much.
We've done enough, therefore we can go.
No, we should fix this. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble.
Roll medicine, James.
Oh, crap.
He did.
Oh, hey, that's a wisdom stat.
He's got a bad case of
Hey, I
femuritis.
can re-roll ones. 19?
Pretty good.
You can't fix him.
Cast kill that wound.
Thank you for rolling twice to let this joke land.
I mean, I have a level 1 cure wounds.
So for one, it would have been like, this man can be saved 2 hours later.
I can save him. I just need everything that everyone has.
Well, as we established, Leland doesn't have as much as he used to.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
Well, all your money went bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Also,
yeah.
someone doesn't like you.
And one of your friends went bye-bye. Hey, it could have been that monk. I might have just really fucking wound that one up in a nice little bundle really quickly. It wasn't that.
It could have been
I've
Helga.
decided-
You'll never
I
get
have-
with Helga.
Yeah, that was so close. Hey, she's dead.
Helga.
You're thinking of Heidi.
In this crazy world, people can die, come back again, and die again. Everything's fine.
Maybe Helga has a sister.
You know what, Ryan? That face is just as good through this medium and in real life.
And in this medium, we can screenshot.
Oh yeah, for those playing at home, you can obviously tell there's a little bit of a difference in the recording style because coronavirus is a thing, and we're isolating for Isolated City Gaming.
It also means no pants.
Very much on brand.
I'm just basically putting, I guess, a practical way the way I live my life already, so it works out okay.
Locked alone in a room, yeah.
Self-isolating before it was cool.
Yeah, you guys
every
have
D&D player before us.
this this image is still the same in front of you. There is a guy, and his inner liquids are slowly becoming his outer liquids.
My bone's connected to the rib cage.
Well, this is our little non-friend.
This
Well, up to you, buddy.
is why you use the buddy system. This is why you go with someone.
I cast Detect Magic to see if there's any magic around in the place where we are, detective-wise.
Oh, right.
Oh, what spells do I have?
I detect any magic that is magicking around where I can detect, like I do.
Ooh.
Do you need me to vamp for a little bit on this?
Yeah, I should actually bring out the spells.
See, I see the.
While we're doing that, I'm happy. Can I do a investigate roll to see if there is a trail or a track or something from this from the scene?
No, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, G. Go over it.
Can I just generally fret because I have no skill to add to this?
Roll to fret.
Investigate.
That's a charisma
Reroll
skill.
ones, it's okay.
16 plus 8 is 24, 27.
Okay, 27. You spot in the in sort of the pooling blood. Then there's a little section where like a smudge, like something was standing inside the blood, and the blood has started to pool over that area. But you do see, it's a clue.
It's a clue.
You do see that the because you guys went off to the east. Yes.
Yes, not the direction that Ross told us to go to when he was lying to us. Yes.
Yes. You can see there are the occasional little like footprint in blood leading further off down a corridor towards the east. What was your total on your survival on your tracking? 27 was it?
16 plus 8 plus 3, so yeah, 27, I think. It's right. Yeah. Yes.
One thing you do notice, it does look like a sort of like a feline paw, but it is actually significantly larger than you'd imagine on a cat.
Like some sort of dog.
No, but it's okay. So a cat's paw is only like maybe about like, sort of 3-4 centimeters wide. This is more looking like
this many beans.
15.
Half cat, half dog.
Half person. Wait.
Can I do a nature check to see if I know what type of animal it is now?
You can certainly try that. And Ross, you're doing
natural 20.
Natural 20. So you'll detect magic.
Yes.
What you do spot around here, there are several sort of doors down this hallway. Most of them are magically locked. So you can see sort of like arcane lock or an alarm, and so forth, basically locking each of these doorways as you go along. Around this actual guy who is pinned against the wall, there doesn't appear to be any sort of magics involved in it. This seems like a sheer brute force attack.
Fascinating. I guess we should follow those the blood footprints, the footprints with blood. I don't know what we call them. What are we calling them? Let's get the vernacular down before we commit to any course of action. Blood prints? Tracks. I feel like we should modify it with blood in some way. Blood tracks.
Tracks of blood? No, I like blood tracks.
Blood trail. Bloody trail.
You bloody weapon.
All right, let's...
You bloody
let's run
Yes.
Okay, your natural
also,
20 nature check.
Yes.
You know of a species. The cat people that I'm actually.
Tabaxi.
I can't believe
we've met Tabaxis.
We have. As for a moment there, my brain was doing a brain fart, and I could not remember. You guys have met a Tabaxi. Let's see if I can remember her name. It's fairly early in the piece.
By remember, you mean look up in your notes.
So you're not looking at me, just sort of scanning down to my left-hand side, looking at this. There we go. CTEP.
CTEP.
It's
a made-up name.
It doesn't matter.
Londinium.
Yeah, Londinium and around the focus.
They were a cleric.
Of quite the sort of the Egyptian sort of look as well. So I had some golds and bits and pieces around the neck. And so forth.
That's
The
not
Egyptian because they're a cat, Ryan. That's racist.
Is it?
I do remember the racist jokes.
Okay, there's always racist jokes, but it's because I'm a shitty human being.
So
He said it.
So your cat transformed into a tabaxi? That's what we're going with right now?
I assumed it was a
Where
devil.
we're going right now.
So that's one of the options. There are other sort of feline-esque things as well. That larger creatures that have like feline-style paws. So you have things like manticores have like cat paws, sphinxes. The male version of a sphinx that I can never remember the name of. There are quite a few different things that would be sort of human-sized with cat feet.
Do devils?
Oh, and of course, furries.
Oh.
And
God, it's worse than we ever thought.
just watch out for the signs where it's like this way to Yiffing.
This place is lost. For more of it.
Burn it.
No,
If we
we've
could
got a
just find
trail
the
here.
closest furry convention, we've got it.
This is your party, buddy. Do you want to follow that trail? You have unleashed this mess. I don't really have any skill in this game.
Do devils have cat feet?
Roll religion.
No idea.
Oh, God. Please don't be an intelligence stat. Oh,
I believe it's a wisdom, isn't it?
no, it's an intelligence.
No.
What?
Intelligence.
Wait, are you
Knowing
giving me
stuff
wisdom?
about stuff.
You're a DM, you can give me wisdom.
No, I can't. I can't help you out at all.
You're a DM. I have 10. 10.
10 is your roll?
You're
Yes.
a monk.
He's not a good monk. He's just a monk.
I'm not a smart monk. If you think this is bad, I'm a police officer. You should see my investigation.
What kind of monk are you?
Not a good one.
Not a good one. The bad one.
I rolled really well for this character, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
10.
Maybe. That's what you get.
It could be.
Maybe.
Let's follow
There
the-
may be some
let's-
fiends that have parts that look like cats.
Kitty cats. Let's follow Hannah's lead because she's competent and I'm not.
No, I just pointed out you're leading this party. This is your mess, your problem.
I lead the way following the tracks.
I follow
Doing
you
my best.
leading the way, following the tracks.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
With,
I
at least two
follow
of
while
us
leading,
are.
while following the leader.
I hate you all.
Good.
Good.
That's not true at all. We're very good friends, Ryan.
You're
Oh,
right.
Ross, I think your webcam might be frozen.
Good. You can't see the unspeakable things I'm doing right now.
We can imagine.
Can you though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, okay. Fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Ryan,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
lead the
what's
way.
going on? What's going on, Ryan?
Okay. So, I got so many tabs open now. This is weird. It's making me very uncertain. Okay.
We'll close some tabs. Just close them all.
Meeting
Maybe
closed.
if you actually concentrated on this podcast for
Oh,
once.
for fuck's sake! It's all stuff for this fucking podcast. You fuck.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You are still heading eastwards. The along your left hand side, there are like 3 sets of doors. These are ones that Leland noticed are locked magically.
Those doors are locked magically.
Yeah, they normally are.
Poppet knows that is usually because those are living quarters and they lock their own spaces.
They're very private.
Yeah. The pathway starts to turn to the right and starts heading southwards. It's a bit more of a sweeping corner. But it hits like a 45-degree angle, then another 45, and it actually starts to head south. On your left-hand side, there is another doorway. The footprints are now sort of, you're beginning to run out of like the bloodiness of them and are beginning to lose the trail. If someone wants to try and keep going on this trail, they're going to be rolling another survival.
Well, I guess I was leading.
Just roll it.
Dice. Shit. I can't reroll that. 10.
10.
Lucky number 10.
The trail is 100% cold.
Oh, that's easy to follow then.
Well, we're at the end. It's
Get
end of the
Dorgy onto
trail.
the case. On your left-hand side, there is another doorway. Your detect magic, Leland, lasts for about 10 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, totally.
This one is not locked. But leading off right is a large sort of... It's a garden inside the building. There is a small lake that is sort of hourglass-ish shaped with a little ornate bridge crossing over the middle of the narrower point. Nearby, there is like a gazebo section, which is on the closer side to you. So on your side of the lake, and there's just like scattered trees and so forth. And it's a whole sort of like relaxation garden, the Zen garden sort of feel to it. Like it's like raked sands, all that whole jam.
Sounds like a perfect place to have like the climactic battle in like a martial arts film.
Yeah.
I assume there are like multiple entry and exit points to the garden area.
Oh yeah. It's like a big if you're actually looking across to the far side, you can see one of the doorways that you lead back to the central cloister area, basically where you guys first started.
Say a giant devil cat, that would probably be the best direction to go in to try and lose yourself in a monastery.
It depends. So basically, if it went through this area and back across the other side of the lake, it's basically double backing around to where you guys first entered into the monastery. So basically, it's taking on a bit of a circular route if it went that direction.
So we've got that direction. We've got the door that's not locked. And is there anything?
And you can continue to head south as well with a pathway that sort of leads around the outer edge of this Zen garden area.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
If you
I feel like spotting a cat person shouldn't be too hard.
You think so? Can you all roll me perception?
Nope. It wasn't 10
25.
this time.
I got a 4.
12. I'm changing my die.
Did I hear a 25 from Hannah? All right. Hannah, you can hear the sound of like light footsteps in the the timbers within the roof. And it's just very, 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 very light. It's like very, very, very subtle sort of tapping as someone's like tiptoeing through the rafters.
We better point them out, or they're just like completely.
With the 25, you get a pretty good idea of the direction it's coming from. It's sort of in the rafter areas that sort of sit above that Zen garden area.
How high are those?
We're looking about 20, 30 feet up. It's a fairly high section. Like the actual garden is sort of inset. It's like a bit of a sunken area into the area. So there are like 3 or 4 little step areas that actually lead down to the garden level.
Yep.
So you can, if you walked around the edge, you're probably sitting about sort of 5, 6 feet above the actual like the sand of the of that Zen garden. And from that point, it's about 25 feet up to the ceiling rafters.
Okay. I'll signal to my compatriots. Just kind of pointing to something like, there's something up on the roof.
Well, I still have see invisibility up, so do I see anything?
Okay, you do. You spot a crouched figure sort of like tiptoeing along one of the rafters. They're crouched right down almost to the and like basically 3 points of contact almost at all points. So they're almost crawling along this rafter. But as soon as they realize that you can spot them, you see them just like bring their finger up to the lips and just like, and then like pointing off sort of in a direction over the top of your shoulder.
And do they look like? Do I recognize them?
It looks like it's someone that's in the fittings of one of the monks.
Yes.
Who is it? Do you want me to cast Fairy Fire on them?
It looks like just one of the monks.
Oh, what's he doing following us?
He's like, I'll make a shushing gesture and then I'll just try and look in the direction that he was pointing in.
Basically, it's over behind you, and it says as you're standing there, it's basically back towards that door you went through. Sorry, the door that was unlocked behind you. Sorry, not the door you went through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the direction that he's pointing.
Door?
You can see the imaginary man and we can't, so let's do it.
So,
sure.
What's behind the door? What's behind door number 1?
Okay. Who's opening?
Me.
Ooh, that's fine. The doors are like slowly sort of creaks inwards. So you're pushing the door and it opens up inwards. The room that it opens up into is only like about a 10 foot by 10 foot space. It looks more like a I'm trying to think of the term. Just like a little sort of like staging area, like a green room, or sort of a room before a chamber before going into a larger room, because there is a sort of a larger set of doors on the southern wall that look like they lead into another room.
Nothing invisible in this room?
Not that you can spot. There is just basically
on to the next room.
There's a small sort of stone basin. Just like it's about 3/4 full of just water. You're familiar that that's an area where the monks will regularly sort of wash their hands and face before going into the next chamber.
And what style are the war sconces?
It's been a little while. I'll give you that. It's been a while since you've done the sconce thing.
You don't have to do it. That was just for you. That was just for you.
Now it's going to be for everyone. They are sort of following a similar sort of style as the rest of this building. It is a very sort of
Austere.
Everything here is sort of timbers and iron, but it's all fairly like ornate, but in a fairly rustic sort of sense, or fairly it's nothing particularly flashy, but there's nothing shitty either. Like, it's all very well made, but it's not garish or over the top. There you go.
Cool.
There's Escon's described.
On to the next room.
You know that the room to the south is like a larger sort of meeting space. It's usually like for conversation, it's just basically like groups amongst to get together and sort of wax philosophical, so to speak. But they'll basically discuss the various teachings and things that they're learning or experiencing through life. Yeah.
Does the door look like it's recently been disturbed?
Roll investigation.
Like dust. I hate investigation.
Then don't investigate.
Oh, that was a natural 20.
You don't want to re-roll that, do you?
I can't. I don't have anything that lets me. So that's 21.
DM discretion.
That's a 21 for investigation.
21.
21.
I'm a police officer. That's a natural 20.
Oh, I just rolled a dice and beat you.
Remember, bards get that thing where they have half proficiency in everything as well, so that's with half proficiency.
Oh, your character's the worst.
And I'm the real police officer in this group.
Sadly, you are.
Oh my god, this is the
and
worst.
I'm leading this.
Somehow you ended up in charge of this bullshit. Okay, the doors definitely look like they've been used in like the last day or so.
Okay.
But you also know that this room actually gets used a fair bit. It's one of the few chambers that are sort of big enough but still private for reasonable groups to sort of gather and not disturb the rest of the monastery.
Mm-hmm.
It's close enough to the gardens that the people who can sort of just like exit that meeting and sort of just reach an area of sort of calm and tranquility. Especially if conversations get heated or particularly excitable. But yeah. So,
no invisible giant cats?
No, there's no invisible giant cats.
Okay. Bugger.
Heading on through?
If like a giant cat can turn into a regular cat, would they be able to turn into a monk?
That stands to reason.
And
there is a lot
direction to send me.
There is a lot of magics that can do things like that. You've got like disguise magics, illusion magics. You have like polymorphs,
magics,
like actual magic.
Magic.
Wizards.
Why did you ask your wizard?
That's what I was doing.
And I answered.
They have the ability.
Yeah. Hannah, please.
And you know Hannah can turn into...
As the resident wizard in the group.
Hannah can turn into a mouse. She's done that a few times.
Confirmed. I have spells.
Well, if a cat can turn into a man cat, can a cat turn into a monk?
Yeah.
There is definitely magic that can do that.
That's just logic.
Right.
I might have fucked up then. Remember how the monk told us to go this way? What if that wasn't a monk?
Well, then we've fallen for the trap.
They're conspicuously not lethal trap.
That's true.
Best kind of traps.
Currently, you're in a green room. You haven't entered into that larger room yet anyway, so...
Oh, well, I was totally going to enter it.
Okay.
We might as well enter
I'm
it.
still entering it. That won't stop me.
Hey, I got an idea, guys. Let's enter it.
Way ahead of you.
Let's get
I open
right
the
up
doors.
inside that place.
I open the
Mr.
doors.
DM, I would like to roll to enter the room. We
What did
enter
you-
the room.
What did you get?
What did you
What
get?
do I add to entering a room?
Did you actually roll a d20 then, or did you just pick up a random dice?
I rolled a d20 to enter
Then you
the
need
room.
to tell your GM the number you rolled.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 10. Do I add proficiency? Have I opened many doors before? Am I proficient in entering rooms?
Historically, no.
That's actually true.
We, as a group, you have struggled with doors before.
I choose to animal handling my way into the room.
Gross.
No,
Super gross.
I don't like that one at all. I'm not a fan.
Well, we all have to live with it now. That's what I'm doing.
This is what's happening. This is happening.
Don't fight it.
It's never good.
Well, we're fighting a cat person, so it's somewhat
It is animal handling.
works.
I kick open the door and rush in.
Okay. You kick open the door. It's not locked in any way. In fact, you're not entirely sure there is even a capacity to lock this door. The door flicks open, and you see like several candles burning away in there, and there's constant sort of flutter and flicker.
I have Roderick drawn, and I randomly fire Eldritch Blasts into the room.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so setting the scene, you kick open the doors. Both fly open inwards away from you. A couple of the nearer candles like sputter completely out. Some of the other ones further down sort of flicker and waver slightly, but then sort of splutter back into full life. And then Roderick is fired 3 times now.
Yes.
At random points in the room.
Yes.
Okay. Can you roll me 3d6 and give me each of the numbers?
664.
That's a good roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please don't kill all my people.
Okay, and then now roll me the 3 like hit rolls for it as well.
Oh. That's a. I got a plus 11 on that. That's bullshit. 14.
Yeah, I got a plus 11 on that. That's bullshit. 14.
I rolled a 3. 25 and 23.
Okay.
I'm very accurate with my blind firing.
That shouldn't be the case. Okay. You fire 2 shots, and they are 2 of the shots sort of shatter into the far wall. One of them basically just explodes one of the candle housings on the wall, and you see this spray of like little sparks and wax. And yeah, basically you have destroyed one of my sconces.
Awesome.
And the other one was a 4, right? Location rise? What?
Yeah.
This one here aims a little bit lower, and it hits
A baby.
it hits the ground and makes a sort of a solid but wet sound as it impacts.
A baby?
Why did you want this to be a baby so badly?
I don't want it to be a baby badly. I'm just anticipating your moves, Ryan. What are you putting this on me for?
You do have a history.
You do have a history of putting
Killing
babies in harm's
innocent
way.
families on ships.
Guilty look on his face. That was a face for guilty DM.
I'm just flashing back a little bit to the Sunday game. I am feeling a little bit bad about the degrees of description I went with that game.
You should. You should feel bad about that.
You were killing more innocents.
No, I wasn't.
Ryan?
No, this person definitely had it coming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But no, your third shot of the of your Eldritch Blast hits a sort of this pile. Look, you at first glance and first sort of not even first glance, but as your eyes are adjusting to the room, you would have just thought there was a pile of cushions. But the sound that the force of your Eldritch Blast as it hit that pile sounded a little bit more solid than cushions should be, and a little bit more liquidy.
Yeah, I got it. Decisive action. That's what this situation calls for.
Oh, God.
The
room is a fair bit darker than it probably was 30 seconds ago, because half at this point of the candles are either just blown out or blown up.
So, Leyland's jumped in and shot his load. I'm just.
I got plenty more.
I want to say that like a whole pile of doves flew off as soon as you burst the door open as well.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
want
to do John Woo things in a monastery. Okay, I'm just going to give you perception on this one first, because you're not really investigating; you're looking around.
It's a great night. That's a 6. No, 7.
Isn't wisdom your jam?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. I'm having a good night with the dice.
I'm glad I came back for this.
I miss your dice, Ryan.
I shot something, Goida. I shot something randomly, yeah. It made a wet noise. Ryan says it's not a baby.
Now, don't put words in my mouth.
This time.
He says probably not a baby.
I asked why you wanted to be a baby. I didn't say it wasn't a baby.
All right, well, I'm going to go over and investigate the baby noise that I shot.
Okay. Right. Poppet, what you sort of looking around the room for the most part is as you remember it. There are several sort of like cushions and so forth. This is a monastery, but it's not one of those monasteries where they enforce like sheer discomfort. Like there are comforts and so forth. Like it's not to the point of decadence, but yeah, they're not. Their jam is not sleeping on piles of rocks and and crawling across coals to show their devotion.
And it's really been a problem. Like, look what came out of this. They really need.
Yes, the famous rock monks.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. Leland, roll. I'm going to say investigation. Because you did say investigate that thing.
Damn it. 10.
Well, as you're approaching up towards this thing, there are a couple of sort of like the cushions. And then there's the sort of the larger ones. They're about a sort of a meter square, but relatively flat. They're just ones that you can sort of sit on comfortably, so you're not just on hard stone floor, giving yourself piles.
You didn't need to add that last part in.
I didn't. But I did do it.
You did. Confirmed.
I lost my train.
Same. Piles.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, piles. But amongst them there is a sort of a larger, let's say cushiony shape, but it is sort of more rounded, more city-uppy. And that's what your bolt hit. And you can sort of see on one side there is actually like a ever increasing sort of red patch. It's bleeding. This pile is bleeding.
So it's not a chair?
Well, it could be now.
I shoot it again.
Yeah, I think we attack the chair.
Yeah.
I attack this bleeding chair.
I reach out to poke it,
Mm-hmm.
and I cast Shocking Grasp, and I taser it with my wizard fingers.
And you give me hats for the way I describe things.
To be fair, everyone deserves what everyone gives at the moment.
Okay.
You want to roll out of that?
Yes, please.
18 to hit.
Okay. This
What's the AC of a chair?
actually a chair.
It's not a chair.
Is it a cat though?
Is it a what is it?
What's the AC of this ottoman?
Neither the furniture piece or the person from Turkey.
Also, this thing, if on a hit, the target cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn.
That is probably a bit moot because this thing is not taking reactions anyway. Because as you sort of like zap this thing and the muscles sort of jerk slightly and the thing sort of like
I didn't even roll damage.
I'll roll damage then.
Oh
You
Jesus!
might already be dead.
That was 19 damage.
19.
I got pretty good taser fingers.
Why did you roll at a higher level? Oh, whoa! Wait, never mind. I know why.
I am a higher level.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, dang.
That's a cantrip, buddy. It's how we wizards do.
Oh my god! All right, yeah, because I saw the 1d8 damage. I was like, how the hell did you roll that high? Anyway,
so I'm a mighty wizard.
The whole thing sort of jerks slightly and then sort of falls back to rest, sort of rolling over by about sort of like a quarter of the way, and then slowly like slumps down onto its back. And what you thought was cushions is actually the robes of one of the monks of this order, which you've only seen one of the elders. Everyone else has been, well, non-existent to you because you haven't seen them, and the only evidence you have of them is the fact that Poppet says they're there.
Poppet, do monks often become cushions?
No.
As this one sort of rolls over and the cloak falls away, you can see the front of them is severely mauled to the face, to the point where most of their face is shredded, and there is like a deep gash across the jugular. This guy has been like thrashed and then left to bleed out.
What did you do, Leland?
Fucking that's what he gets for messing with me. And I'll do it to the rest of you too if you don't watch yourselves.
We're going to kill him now before he kills us.
Oh, he's harmless.
That's not true at all. That's what we say about you. That's true.
So I think the cat's been here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Which still isn't in the westerly direction you told us they were.
What is in this
Right.
monastery that thing may want? I mean, it might just want to kill everyone, but if they're like an artifact of certain powers or something like super cool that a devil demon thing would want?
I mean, there's a god.
But yeah, well, I guess the god, but like, where's he kept?
Yeah, where is he kept?
Hopefully he's hiding.
Maybe this is the god. Maybe God struck him
No,
down.
that's not Odin. Odin's someone else.
Maybe God is the feeling we find inside ourselves when we reach true contentment.
No, that's gas.
Says the monk.
You're the worst monk.
Or the best one.
Yes! Obviously.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, in this monastery, there will be a good deal of things that something could be after. If they know Odin is here, they could be after them. If they know Sigrun is here,
I guess
they could be after them. There is also like
if they know we're here,
centuries of
they're not
writings and collections within the libraries here that could be of use to certain folks. There is
Okay. Is there another way out of this room?
yes. There is
Is
a
there
door
more than one other way?
Yes. There is a door to the south. There is a door to the west. The western door would likely lead back out into the Zen garden.
I'm done fucking around with this nonsense. I'm going to cast guidance on myself, and I am going to probably not do very well on a survival check to see if I can pick up the trail, because clearly the thing was here. So I'm going to do that. That's the thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to roll dice now. 14. Did I pick up the trail?
Okay. Yes, you do. You managed to find like a series of footprints within some like dust from incense burners and censers that does lead to the southern door. It starts off with that same sort of like the cat-like footprints.
Mm-hmm.
And then partway through, you can see like the shape of the footprint starts shifting and altering, and then shifts into something that looks a little bit more like a human footprint. Barefoot.
Okay. I'll let the other people, you guys people, in on that piece of information. So it could look like anything. Could look like any of us. So
wasn't there a shapeshifter that escaped from the Heimdall's temple a while in that prison break?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, straight up. The one that you guys first came across in the focus.
The mimic.
It wasn't Mimic.
They weren't a mimic. Mimics are chests.
Oh, I don't know.
They're normally chests.
Don't start with me, Ryan. I'm not in the mood.
Hey. I have plans for mimics. Oh boy!
You're opening any chest we find.
Who wants to kick this door open? Any takers? Okay. I have Roderick ready.
Little 3-foot me kicks the door.
Strength check, please.
Do we have to?
Yes, please.
It was
just raw strength.
Sorry?
10.
Wow, you're just like right on the fucking average all day today, aren't you?
I had a couple of 7s and 120.
And like 100 fucking 10s.
Yeah.
Okay, you wind up and like put a single boot, like a flat boot against this one, against this door, and the door does not give at all. It is a heavier door than the other ones you've dealt with. You feel like your knee like click a little bit. Not like you've not ruined your knee, but you definitely feel like you can press that joint a little bit. But yeah, the door does not open.
In 10 years' time, we'll start clicking when you walk.
Is there a sign on the door that says pull?
No, but you do know that this is actually one of the doors that leads to the exterior.
That means nothing to me.
Like the outside of the building. It is an egress.
You know what it... Oh, cool.
What?
Don't let it bite you. Is the door locked? I check to see if it's locked.
It is not. It's just a heavy door that he tried to kick open. And
I'll just open the door like an actual person.
Just perfectly fine.
I watch him do it. I make notes.
What's outside, Ryan?
Okay.
What's outside?
You see sort of the area that is between the monastery proper and the wall that loops around from the main gates to the mountain behind the monastery. Off to your sorry, I got to orientate myself. Off to your right, you see like a couple of little sort of shrubby sort of trees that are sort of leading off towards the area where the path leads from the gate up to the monastery. For the most part, this area is relatively clear. There's not a lot of places where one could hide. That is intentional because this is meant to be a place of sanctuary, but also a defensible position in the case of if this place came under attack.
It's working well.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Inside the goddamn walls.
Yeah.
Actually, could be the walls.
Off to your left, you can see the wall sort of just continues to loop around and then connects up with the mountain behind.
Are there any suspiciously placed treasure chests?
There is an entire family of treasure chests. No. No, there is no suspiciously placed treasure chests. Sorry, I figured I should actually answer that question before you guys go, remember that time there was that treasure chest? No, there's no fucking treasure chest.
That whole family of treasure chests?
Are there any tracks out here?
Okay. Roll me survival.
No.
Then no. We can both play this game.
Well played, Ryan. If that is your real name.
It's not.
You know it's not.
I got a 20.
You got 20?
Ooh, suck on that, Dungeon Master.
Don't goad him. He's already killed 15 people today.
I'm actually doing the tally in my head.
Yeah.
Now it's
You know
15.
what you did.
Are we just counting the ones in the game?
Are we counting the TPK that's about to happen?
I'm not counting that one yet. Like I got faith in you guys.
Well, that makes one.
I could just kill Hana right now.
Otsy, try. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
No. Yeah, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, so am I. We've had this talk.
How's your constitution saves?
Yeah, not too bad. How's yours?
They're actually real good.
I'm glad we had this talk then.
It's got weirdly hostile. Okay. Let's kill Poppet first. Together.
Done.
No, I have the worst constitution save.
That's not a defense.
Let us together kill Poppet and then part as friends.
Can I have 1 minute? Can I have 1 minute?
What
I
happens
need
in a
to
minute?
cast a tiny hut.
Oh! Hold up. Just a second.
1 minute. Whoosh.
Yeah. It's like... no.
Until 8 hours later.
In the sort of the sand and the soil around the outside of sort of in this no man's land, so to speak, you do see footprints that are sort of leading off to your right, and they are leading around back towards the front entrance to the monastery.
I rush blindly after them.
After about halfway along, you see those footprints sort of fade, or basically the depth they're going into the sand gets shallower and shallower, and then they just stop.
This is bullshit. This guy can't be that far ahead of us.
No, we're wildly incompetent. That's entirely possible.
Okay.
How are we always one step behind?
Here's an idea thrown out there. Instead of trying to constantly chase this thing that just seems to be going from monk to monk and murdering them,
We set a trap with you as bait?
No, I was thinking more of like the monks as
with
bait.
Poppet as bait?
Centralize all of the monks.
He is a monk.
He's a monk.
He's
I
a
am
monk.
a monk. This is true.
All right. Well, we'll cover you in chum.
Why is it always chum?
Because it's so cheap and readily available. And in a pinch, can be eaten as human food.
As you guys are sort of sitting there trying to pick up the trail again, you each sort of feel an odd sensation, like just in turn, like it was.
I hate odd sensations.
It's almost like pins and needles in the top of your skull.
I look up.
I have a shampoo for that.
So do I.
No more.
Johnson
no more
and Johnson's
tears indeed.
pins and needles.
I look up.
Roll perception.
Now you get pins and needles in your eyes.
Bugger.
James
11.
made the mistake of looking up.
11.
Mistake or pro move?
Okay.
We're about to find
It's
out.
always a mistake.
Logging onto this chat was the mistake.
Sitting down on a fucking Wednesday evening and logging into this stupid fucking Zoom chat. That was a mistake. No,
Look, many mistakes been made today.
no, James, you see just like on the sort of like one of the upper timber beams that make up the roofing, just the ever so the only the final sort of 2 or 3 inches of a white fluffy tail just sort of swishing a little bit just on the over the top of the rafter.
I would like to point it out.
Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
Oh, Nelly.
This will be good, everyone.
12. We've gone from 10 to 11 to 12.
Okay. You feel a presence in your mind, like picking through.
Is it Leland again?
It is not. It feels okay. You're familiar with the feeling of like cats like clawing at things because you've owned a cat now for about 3 days.
Yes.
Yes.
Not very well though, but he has owned a cat.
I'm very experienced.
You are getting that sensation, but it feels like it's right between your ears.
Ow.
Like deep center of your brain, and it feels like it's like picking at certain little points, and then when it's done with that section, it moves on to the next one. It feels like it is it's something chasing something around in your mind.
Cool.
I just start cringing and pointing at my head. And
Did you point out the tail though, didn't you?
yeah, I pointed at the tail first.
I shoot at the tail.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I shall.
Yeah, you do that. You show him.
$14 a plus. Whispers plus 10, so 24.
So what was your total, G? It was 24, wasn't it?
It was 14 plus, yes. 14
Okay,
plus 10.
you manage, and only really just, to sort of actually strike against that tail with a crossbow bolt. If you can roll me some damage.
Got him!
Yeah.
Sneak attack?
No.
Does the building count as an ally?
No.
No. You're no fun.
Damn brutalist architecture.
It's nobody's friend.
12 points of damage.
All right. That tail quickly sort of like whisks away.
And I will teleport adjacent to it.
Ah!
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You teleport up to adjacent to that point there. If you can give me a dex save first off, just for keeping your footing essentially on a rafter.
Here comes the natural ones!
Was it actually a natural one?
No, it was a natural 2, so pretty bloody cool. That's 11.
So that's fine. Like, it's just basically if you truly fucking fumbled this, you're coming back down. You're coming back down to terra firma.
So close to Oh no!
This
I
is
imagine the thing where he's hanging in the air for a second and like his feet kicking like a wily coyote.
It's more that thing where you're like you land and you're like your hands are at each side, like you're quickly like trying to keep your balance so you don't fall off the other side. But yeah, what? Hummingbird wings.
Yeah.
No, but you managed to keep your footing. But any element of surprise that you would have had on this is definitely shot.
Yes, because I shot him.
Well, there's that. But the fact that you've now like appeared next to them, there is no surprise to that at this point. What you're greeted with is about a 7-foot bipedal, and it looks something like a very, very wiry, but still quite muscular, like a snow leopard.
Uh-oh.
One thing you do notice, and straight away, is the eyes are like a blood red. You can also see like the clawed paws on the sort of what would be at the end of arms are stained red with blood.
You got red on you.
You got red on you. Yeah. And this thing is, it's now sort of looking at you and just like baring its teeth and like snarling at a low tenor. I think at this point we might be jumping into some combat.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 20 for initiative.
I do declare.
Should I
As a 22. I got a 22 for my initiative, Ryan. Ryan, I got a 22. Confirm?
Nice.
Oh, my dice looks amazing tonight. Now they're going to suck balls as actual combat. 30 for initiative?
Oh man, I only got 25.
Okay.
God damn it. I rolled a 20 for initiative and still I'm going last.
So what was Leland's?
I hate you.
I rolled a 19.
I also rolled a natural 20. We're like, here we go.
So going back through that, what was Leland's?
22.
And Hana's?
So slow. So slow.
Eat it.
Ahana?
30.
Fuck off. Actually, fuck off. And Pop It.
25.
That's fucking buck wild, guys. All right.
We did pretty well.
Hana, you're up.
Am I going first? Wow, with the 30, are you sure?
Just push him off the roof.
Actually,
just a shove.
Strength is your thing, yeah.
But on that though, I'll move around a little bit, I guess so, because I'm pretty much right at the edge of the roof.
You certainly
just
are.
Move around the thing a little bit, so it's not as precarious.
Now,
I guess I really can't do too much.
So you got a good
that.
description of your space you're on. You're on what is like basically like a 5-foot wide. Like it looks like a log that's been like basically hewn in half. And you're on the sort of the flat side where the underside has got where the rest of the curve of the trunk is, but you're about 5 foot wide, and it goes rooftop, big snow leopard thing, 30-foot drop. That is the order as you go from point of roof to point of ground. So to get a better position in this, you have to go through Snow Leopard guy.
Say no more, and I'll go through them with some swords first.
Okay.
Right, so we'll draw my rapiers. I will draw, I think, yeah, we'll do the Lumberfoot's rapier one in a way to get some of the poison that's in the sheath.
Yep.
But I won't do that for silence. And I will swing. All right, swinging of Lumberfoots. That's a 9 plus 11, 20.
That hits.
Cool. And then with silence, a natural 20.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty
That
cool.
would have been sweet of Longfoot's rapier because that's the extra 20 damage, and then and the limb goes. All right, so for Lumberfoot's rapier, bloop. Cool, 1. So 8 points of damage.
8.
Yep. And then with silence, I just rolled 2 8s. What the fuck is going on? 16 plus 7, brain hurts. 23 points of damage.
Yep.
And I've just got any magical enchantments to spell magic on hit.
Okay, dispel magic on hit. Dispel magic.
No, I don't get sneak attack on a natural critical hit. It's just, no, I don't.
No.
Don't worry, I'm looking at the rules right now. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so the spell magic on hit if there's something magical on them.
Okay,
That's
James,
pretty cool.
You feel that sort of clawing within your brains is like also just like stop, and it is the most relieving feeling you have ever felt because
You're welcome.
Thank you, Hannah.
okay,
Leyland, get out of my head.
pop it.
Hi.
No.
It's your turn.
Oh, shit. Well, Kitty Cat's a little far away right now,
Certainly is.
so I'm actually going to use my action to cast Sending to tell the high monk brother person exactly where we are and that we're fighting
We
the cat.
got him.
We're on the roof and it kind of sucks.
Just
what message do you tell them?
south of.
Yep.
Essentially, I'm just describing where we are.
Southern
with the
wall,
words fighting the
southeastern
cat.
wall. Yeah. Okay.
Southeastern wall, ledge, rooftop, cat fight.
Cat fight.
Cat fight, cat fight, cat fight. So that's my action. And for my bonus action, I would like to use my Mantle of Inspiration.
Yep.
So I expend a body point to grant 8 temporary HP to Leyland, Henna, and myself. And we can each immediately use our reaction to move up to our speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Ooh, nice one.
Ooh.
Hey, I walk up the wall.
Spider cloak,
Fucking
spider
nice.
cloak does whatever a spider cloak does.
That's actually going to be enough to get you up there as well.
Yeah.
Forgot that you had that.
And then just I'm on the ground doing finger guns because I'm
Pew
grounded.
pew 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 pew. Finger bang
I'm
bang bang.
shooting.
That's 8 temporary HP.
8 temporary HP, and if you can move without provoking opportunity attacks, you can if you want to use your reaction.
I have
Does use your reaction.
nowhere to move.
So don't use your reaction then, yeah?
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're unable to move through
That's
the
my
space
turn.
that this thing currently occupies, so yeah, you really can't really get beyond. All right.
It's basically like this.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Larkholm.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Not much. How about you? How about some combat?
Yeah, all right.
About time we finally did something in this combat round.
So
So slow.
shut it. Just shut it down. So that the free movement that I got just before, that puts me sort of near where Hana is.
Yeah. Basically, I would say probably on the wall just below that rafter.
Okay, can I move sort of like laterally a little bit and sort of climb up onto the roof, like not blocked in where Hana is?
100% can. Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
You basically can get up onto what is the next rafter along, which is about another sort of about 10 feet along.
Yes,
so you can then, yeah. And now you can see this, about 7 odd foot tall bipedal snow leopard that is staring Hana down with bloody paws. Sorry, you did forget.
We forgot the poison. We'll do that after this.
Yes.
I'm going to cast a spell on the thing.
Okay.
What is it? The thing? The snow leopard?
It's a big snow leopard looking thing.
I'm going to cast a spell on the big snow leopard looking thing.
Yep.
I reach out with Roderick and point him at it. And tendril of inky darkness reaches out from you, touching the creature you can see within range to drain life from it. It makes a dexterity saving throw. You are looking for a 19.
I mean, it's a cat. So.
What is the spell level of that?
5.
Cool. It does nothing.
You do nothing. Did it do magic back at me?
No.
What?
Well, I call bullshit. What's going on? What's the meaning of this?
You see these like inky tendrils that like sort of pull out of Roderick and start to wrap around this creature, and it sort of gets engulfed by these tendrils, which then just sort of like fall limply away, and this thing is just like standing and looking over at you like.
That was a 5th level spell, Ryan.
Yes, that's why I asked what level it was.
It was a 5th level spell. That's a pretty good level for spells.
It is. It is a good level for spells.
All right. Well, that's and
then he sort of it cocks its head over towards you, as like, and you just see it like bare its lower teeth. And
I'm like, hey, fuck you. I ain't scared of you, cat. Okay, I'm a little scared. I maybe pooped a little, but that's look. It's these new pants I'm wearing. I don't really know. Like, so what's going on now? I could keep saying embarrassing things, or we could move on to.
Is that the end of your turn?
Well, I have moved and I have cast a spell as a bonus action. No, I'm good. Oh wait, hang on. Hold on. Hold on. No.
I guess we just resolved the poison on the sword.
If you could, please, yeah.
So that was just a 2d6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's another 7 points of damage. I'm fairly certain that was on the one that wasn't a critical hit too.
Yeah. Yeah,
because the Lumberfoot's right there, the other one.
All right. I love the fact that there's... so I'm using the D&D Beyond little combat tracker at the moment. It's actually not too bad.
Oh, cool. I've accidentally engaged party time. I don't know what I've done.
Party time?
Party time, obviously.
It's like a dancing wizard.
We don't... I can't see any of that.
Beyond.
Party?
Well, it's not not on the screen, like a little character thing just above like the animal, just dancing and changing colours and.
Okay. I have that on mine.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it.
Oh, that might be something to do with the combat tracker. You might be able to jump in on the combat tracker.
I don't have it on mine.
No?
I can't do anything. Yeah, I clicked something and it appeared. I don't know what I clicked though. It
might be something to do with the fact that you're currently in combat, and that might actually... I don't know.
It might also just be the desktop version because I'm not on it.
I had that on my iPad the other week for the Sunday game, and I don't know what it's for. Hey, it just flashed up. Wait, there it is. Click to enable party time. Hey, yeah, there he is. It's party time.
Oh, it must just be something that something fun times they're doing on that.
It's pretty fun. There's a little flashy wizard. I can click to disable.
Oh, yeah. What is this thing going to do?
Surrender?
Yeah, the thing that just shrugged off a 5th level spell like it was nothing is definitely intimidated by us and is going to just give up the ghost right away.
It could be.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why we're fighting.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was very easy. Good work, everyone.
Mission accomplished.
The dog was like just hanging around me, like going, "Oh, I want something else." When like he's had dinner, and I realised it's close to snack time. It was pointed out. So that's what it is.
Oh, it is close to snack time.
Okay, this creature turns and faces back at Hana,
What did I do?
and it just looks you in the eye, and you feel just like these blood red eyes, pupilless blood red eyes, just like staring like into your soul.
Those are really cool eyes, dude.
Joke's on you. He doesn't have a soul.
Really cool.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Well, I could.
And you, I believe, Drow have some sort of resistance to charming.
I think elves in general do. I don't know if Drow do. Would it be
Should
under,
be
under
advantage
features
on
and
the
traits?
save.
Just trying. Here we go. With advantages on saves against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep.
There you go. Yeah, you have advantage on this.
Yes. It should be okay. 18 is the highest roll.
That's
That's including my +2.
That's a fail.
Did I say 18? I meant 35. yes, that'll do. Yeah, 18. 16
as it's sort of staring in the eye, you hear the sort of the sound of its like rumbling growl, and it's like, "You are mine."
Guys, I'm his.
That's a cool voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you need a lozenge now?
Ask again later.
Okay.
I kind of need. I for like a day or so after the Saturday game, I pretty much need a lozenge. It hurts. Okay.
You're his, Hana.
Congratulations.
How romantic.
When's the wedding?
I think we just had
reading it. This is a wordy ass spell, so.
Well, Leland, you might get your wish of killing Hannah.
It also sort of speaks to you as like, you and I are going to kill Baron.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board.
You didn't need a spell to do that.
Throw these out. I rolled a natural 0.
So essentially, it is giving you the very distinct command that you are to attack Perrin Hilltopple.
Who's that? Is that the dwarf?
That's Poppet.
Yes, unfortunately, you do know my actual name. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Oh, I can't beat you in a fight.
Okay, it's your turn. It actually it backs off a little bit, just giving you enough sort of space to be able to sort of maneuver around as you need.
Do I get to resist this again?
Not for a little while. I'll let you know when you can.
Cool. That's why I thought some of them you get to roll straight away.
No.
Cool.
Some of them
Where's
are at the end of your turn, and
Nope.
oh,
It has a very specific condition for when you can reattempt the wisdom save.
So where's Poppet?
Down. Back down on the ground.
hi. Oh, hi, you.
Okay. Listen, if I can split second go, fair enough. I'll swing around and then shoot him with. Oh no, I've got both my swords strong. We can't use my hand crossbowy thing.
No, fight it, Hana, fight it.
I am.
And here we are. The one time you got to attack a party member, all of a sudden we now have to worry about time it takes to draw weapons.
Well, it's a wrist punch. If I can, I've got my two swords. If I can go thonk, I'll do it.
No. You do you, but yeah, your command is to go attack him.
Yeah, so can I?
What?
Can I shoot with the wrist blade that I've got?
With your little hand crossbow thing?
The hand crossbow is like on the wrist thing rather than my thing drawn. So if I could use it.
The whole point of that was that you can be able to do that, like the things like that. Yeah.
Perfect. I shoot Poppet.
Yep.
I'm going first of the round, so advantage.
It's not. He's already acted this game, so this combat.
Dang.
So no, you don't get You don't get assassination on your.
This is a new combat.
As much as I want to see
And we're
what
not
numbers
friends,
you can
so-
roll against Poppet, no.
So do I. More of an experiment. I got an 18.
That hits. I'll use my deflect missile.
All right. So I roll damage, and then you do a thing with that.
I reduce the damage. Yes.
10.
I reduce it by 1d10 plus 10, so I take no damage from it. I catch it.
You gotta
I believe
throw
you
it
can
back
set
at
it. You can spend a key point to throw it
I'm
back at it.
spending one key to throw it back at you.
And then you can teleport to yourself.
Frag yourself.
Hana telefrag self.
Let's. How do I throw this? Let's find my stuff. Okay. I do not hit you.
I'm assuming it was a pretty low roll. Yeah.
14.
Oh,
You've
no.
got more than 14.
Yeah, let's not embarrass ourselves here.
Yes, she does.
So there's an arrow just clattering against something somewhere.
Essentially, you pull this bolt out of the air as it's basically flying straight at your head.
Mhm.
It's pretty
And
cool.
then quickly turn and do a spin and flick it back towards its source, but just sort of without the time to sort of aim and really take stock of the situation. It sort of just clatters uselessly against the stone wall, probably about 5 feet short of the where the shot rang from.
Now, is he 20 feet or 30 feet below me?
30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it, bitch.
That's what I think I'm doing.
Please don't, I'm so squishy. I've already taken damage.
Catch me!
I'll use acrobatics to kind of like combat jump roll thing down there without like breaking everything. And like try and get as close as I
Very
can to him.
good drop.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do I like scribble down the thing or?
Oh, just seeing. I think you've got something for. Or no, that's a monk thing, isn't it? For
Yeah, that's me. I've got the feather fall.
Wow, you've got a lot of features. Holy shit!
I have so many. I'm multi-class.
Not you, Hana,
Hannah
but
multi-class.
for the same reasons.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, you can take that thing because you're actually like aiming to do it. Give me the dex save at the bottom to try and mitigate the damage.
11.
I can't believe I gave you 8 temporary hit points.
I know, right? Thank you so much.
Okay.
And they go down first, don't they?
Sorry.
For like a blade of armor type things. I'm sure taking damage on the fall.
Yeah.
They go down first. Yep.
Yep. So 3 points of damage.
Okay.
God damn it.
And can you give me a
And
wisdom save?
I can. Do I get advantage?
Oh, because you took damage.
Why would you get advantage?
I was asking.
Sorry.
There's a charm effect.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, you would.
Sorry for that natural 20. If a 16 didn't do it, anything I rolled there?
Nope. But now you're within striking distance of Poppet.
Well, I've already attacked, so I've
Yeah,
done
I
that.
know.
And
But you as it currently stands. All right. Poppet.
I hope I'm acting in the way that the guy would have wanted me to act.
Poppet, it's yours.
Awesome. Oh shit, what do I have? I have nothing from this situation.
Punch
I have
him.
nothing for actually being hit by someone.
This is fine. This is a
Punch him
perfectly
in.
fine situation. There's nothing wrong with this. It's all good.
Punch him in the dick.
Hannah's female.
No.
You're saying that Hana does not have any dicks on her person?
Oh, yeah, fair.
I'm not saying they're hers.
Just has somewhat of a collection.
Don't be so transphobic, by the way, Ryan.
Ryan.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that one. Yep. That's fair. Sorry, my bad.
Okay,
Ryan.
I'm going to cast Fly on myself.
Aw.
Yep.
Hey.
I'm
Like a
going to
bird.
use a key point to disengage with Step of the Wind.
Aw.
Huh.
And I'm going to fly up to be on the ledge. So there's the ledge that the kitty cat's on. There's the ledge Leland's on. I want to be on the ledge on the opposite side from Leland.
I'm picturing, because we're in like Shaolin Temple right now, you got this whole Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon business going on with it.
I just updated my background to represent this.
Yes.
That's cool. Is that where we are?
It's somewhat similar. Maybe not so multi-terrorist. But
It's like, no, look behind you. No, you can't see it because it's not actually behind you.
All right. So Poppet is dodging out of dodge.
Dodge.
So we've got the ledges, the cat's on the middle ledge. Between Poppet and Leland. Because I went to the opposite side of.
Okay. Leland.
Yeah, what's going on?
That's where you come in.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool.
I've just flown up after Hannah shot me and jumped off a ledge to try and kill me. Which is a long time coming.
Yeah, no, I got it. Does this snow leopard look like he's in like any kind of mood to discuss the situation and talk this out?
There's only one way to find out.
Talking's a free action. You can see what you can do there. I'm never going to stop you from talking because talking is what D&D is amazing.
You could have an ally here.
More powerful people than you have tried. I sort of raise my hand and say, excuse me, Mr. Sorry, I don't know. I didn't catch your name earlier. I'm Leland.
Can I yell out his name is Snore?
You can. That's
what I do.
Jump in on this bit.
Mr. Snore, is it? What's going on here? What's the bottom line? Can we maybe cut a deal or something? Like arrange? Like I don't really know. We're here for other things. You just sort of turned up. You know, if you want to massacre this entire monastery, I'm not terribly fussed about that. So like, is that what's the deal going on right now? I would see if we could like offer payment, but I seem to be a little bit short of cash at the
You're
moment.
like patting your sides. It's like, I left my wallet at home. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't buy this round. Fucked up. No, sorry.
Does say anything. Back to my.
So, original question. Also, boil that. Okay, I like the Leland style, but just boil down to a quick question that I can answer.
What's the deal here? What's the beef? What can we work this out? I'm open to negotiation.
We can kill Baron. Make him suffer.
Aaron, you fucked up.
That's all you're looking for? Just the puppet suffering?
What more is there?
Here's a
okay. This is one of those sorts of situations. I get it. And then I unload Eldritch Blasts at his maw, his toothy maw.
That's a cantrip, right?
Sure is.
All right. He sort of looks at sees these 3 blasts coming up and just sort of holds his pawed hand up like this, and then sort of like hit and like punk, punk, punk off the off his forearm, and no effect.
Well,
Maybe you have to use your fist if you want to keep fighting evil today.
it's tempting. That's look, I tried. No one can say I didn't try.
You did technically try.
He did do that.
I'm gonna sit down on the rafter that I'm currently perched upon
and sulk.
Sort of have a think about what's going on right now and what I can do to affect the situation.
Fix it.
Yes, my turn. That's my turn.
That's your turn?
That's my turn. Look, guys, I didn't think I was overly specialized, but I am restricted to magical attacks.
You are a powerful wizard.
A powerful wizard, but when something just shrugs off all magics as you fire it at it, it's like, well, I don't know what else I got. Fuck this. And it's not like you're a wizard who's like, oh, I specialized in all illusion magic, and this thing apparently doesn't give a shit about illusion magic. No, it's just fucking magic doesn't work. Well, sorry, the magic you fired at it doesn't work. That's a little hint. That's my little nugget of information I'm going to give to you.
It's a little thingy there.
Ooh.
Well, if the solution is it needs to be higher than a level 5 spell, I'm also shit out of luck there.
Or if it's like area of effect stuff, maybe.
Maybe lower level spells work.
Well,
Like,
cantrip
just try
didn't
to-
work, so no. You got to get lower than cantrip.
That's
We're
what's
circling. We're circling around it though. I feel like we're getting closer.
Just like narrow it is like, I've done a 5, I've done a 0. Let's try a 1 and a 4.
Ugh. Maybe it's prime numbers.
Hey, wait, 5's a prime number.
Shut up.
Shut
Prime
up,
numbers.
that's why.
Prime numbers that don't work.
So you got to go for level 4? Yeah, we're done with this. Okay.
I believe I said earlier that was my turn. So
Yeah. I'm actually looking at my list of things to what I'm going to do.
you looking at how this snow leopard thing can just fucking eat us, just unhinge its jaw and drop like 5 feet and just stuff our entire bodies into its face.
What you actually see is it sort of it looks at you and like turns its whole body to the face like
Wait,
directly. Sorry, you, Leland. Sorry, I realized.
Me?
See,
I can't actually see who you're looking at right now.
Yeah, I realize I'm looking at your picture on my screen and realize it doesn't equate to anything at all because I'm so used to you guys being in the room. This is
I'm
weird,
about 4 kilometers away from you right now.
I'm
So.
talking at a screen, and anyone outside of this room is going to think I'm a crazy person.
Yeah, the cat's
Yeah, I
giving me
had to
some
shut
pretty
my
weird
door.
looks right now.
But no, the snow leopard dude sort of turns and faces you like square on, and then just casually takes a single like slow step backwards and just drops.
Oh.
And like as it drops, it reaches up and puts a clawed hand into the edge of that rafter, and you can see it sort of swing itself against the wall, and then like reaches left clawed hand out, and just like using its claws slows its descent down the wall to the ground level, and you can hear that sort of fingernail chalkboard sort of sound as it's going down. It is unpleasant.
You just got up here.
Wait, you're up there. Forget all that. Well, I was going down there to fucking kill you.
I'm on the other ledge, on the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to do this in a little fun. Go. Forget the chalkboard part, but it's doing that other move. He sort of it drops down, grabs a claw, but then like flings up under, and then does like a whole acrobatic thing. Oh boy, does he! Basically, this is like the fucking uneven bars to the max. This thing is just like flings itself around this rafter and then spinning through the air, lands neatly next to Poppet.
Hi.
5, 10.
Oh, yeah. And then lashes at you with its the first of its claws. Actually, it's going to do both of its claw attacks straight at you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a 23 and a 21.
Those will both hit.
Those will both hit.
It's close, but...
Getting mad vibes of the villain from the first Kung Fu Panda movie.
I have not seen Kung Fu Panda. But I'm guessing it's some sort of like leopardy thing or a tiger?
It's a snow leopard.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I do this all the fucking time.
Right.
I start doing something that's really cool and then go, oh, this is in a movie. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, 18 points of damage, Mr. Poppet. That is slashing type.
Confirmed.
And if you can give... Wait a second.
What?
Never mind. There is no saving roll for the other part.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
There's another part?
Yes, which we'll deal with later.
Oh, good.
Hannah.
And I think
it is yours.
Oh, I guess Demon Man counts as an ally.
Yes.
Then I will roll those bad boys at an advantage. I didn't roll a natural 20, so you got lucky. That would be 24, 14 plus 10, 24.
Deflect missile.
It's good, because I'm rolling all of those.
Awesome.
You might still be okay. 10, 18, 21, 22, 28.
I reduced 19 of that, so I still take 9.
Nice. Is
Deflect
there
missiles is real good. They're especially a teleport there.
I teleport there.
Hi. I remember you.
I really want to kill you. I mean, I've always had those feelings, but now
I know.
For some reason, I want to act out on those feelings.
Deep down, I've always known.
I don't think I've lied to you about that.
Honestly, the sensation you get, Hana, it is the most similar experience you've had on this is when you were under the curse of lycanthropy. Is lycanthropy, sorry, not lycanthropy.
Oh yeah, like the bloodlust.
The bloodlust during the full moon. This is very much that same sort of sensation. You are filled with rage and hatred towards that fucking target, that little bugger that's right in front of you.
Essentially, you are your best self.
Yeah. Poppet, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm in trouble.
Hey, I would help, but turns out I can't. I can't actually help at all.
It's okay. I've always known you couldn't help.
Yeah, look.
There may be ways you can help. Maybe.
Maybe.
Think a little bit laterally.
That doesn't work at the moment with my...
Can I use my disguise kit?
Bells.
Look, puppy. What is it?
I punch the kitten.
Okay.
What else am I gonna do?
Punch it.
Shit. The first punch is a 19.
Hits.
Wunderbar. And we'll do, dice. 10 damage.
Nice.
Now your
Gorgy Grace.
Your fists count as magic, right?
Yes, they do. I'm a monk.
Cool.
Only for things that are resistant to non-magical.
What? You mean the things that are... yeah, so the things that are resistant to... Yeah.
Key empowered strikes for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity.
Yep.
So, 10 damage. And could it please make a con 15 saving throw to avoid being stunned?
It passes.
Shit. I punch it again.
And again.
Does a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Thank you. Ow. Then for my bonus action, I use patient defense to take the dodge action because I'm in a very vulnerable position. Actually, wait, no, I can fly. I just use Step of the Wind to disengage, and then I fly directly away from the building.
Oh, so is this in open air?
Yeah.
Good idea. That's a solid plan to put yourself into a place where you probably can't get hit as much.
We'll find out. That's everything I have.
Leland.
Go see cat. Give you a snack.
Yeah. Hi. What's up? Yeah, like...
Get in there, get in combat.
Alright. Fuck it. Can I move over to where the kitty cat is? Can I walk over there?
Certainly can.
Alright, well I'm gonna walk over there.
Especially because you got your Spider-Man pajamas.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know. It's a demon, right?
Certainly is.
Devil.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking demon.
Oh, that makes...
I pull my silver dagger out and take a stab. Take a stab. I can't. That's all I got.
I'm just shocked you're actually in combat.
What else am I supposed to do? He doesn't take...
So you don't do anything.
That's a good point. I mean, it's tempting. Yeah, I'm going to try and stab him with my silver dagger.
I like it.
Ooh, 25?
That definitely hits.
And it is a D4 plus 2.
Here comes the big rolls.
That's 3 damage.
Three damage?
3 damage.
Don't feel bad. That's fine.
Why'd you look? That made me feel worse.
Did
You
it?
saying that made me feel worse.
Oh no, it's fine. I was reading up on silvering, making sure it actually did work the way I thought it did, which it does, which is fine.
Does that like start melting the demon or something? Some
Well,
kind of magical way.
It was able to damage it. Actually, your dagger's piercing, right?
Yes. That's what the little picture there means.
What? Give me a second. I will look at that because I don't want to give up too much information here. Cool. No worries. No problem. That question is answered. Did you have anything else going on?
I'm like, hey, stop it. Stop it. What do you... Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
I got more of this. I got more of this dagger for you.
Like, hold on, this is basically what looks like a fancy butter knife. He's like, yeah. Okay.
It's a pretty cool dagger.
It's a pretty
It's
sweet
like
dagger.
it's my ceremonial like sacrifice and shit dagger.
I'm assuming it's like one of those wavy knife sort of that whole jam.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Is that
I could have attacked him with the cool coral dagger that I had last time, but somebody took that from me.
Oh yeah, I have a coral dagger. I should write that down.
Okay. He turns to you, Leland.
Why?
Like,
Stop it!
why fight me?
Because
No.
The pickings are so
No.
delicious.
delicious.
I'm so small. There's nothing. It's so unsatisfying.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
With advantage.
You have the elfie thing for charming as well.
I surely do.
Cool. Yes, with advantage.
19.
Pass.
Suck it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, you thing.
Why resist?
I'm so proud of you.
What has he offered you?
Well, it's not really about that. It's more, this is my brain.
Don't bring that up. I don't offer him anything. Just don't.
Hana, it is yours. How good are you at flying 30 feet sideways?
What's your long jump?
Surprisingly adept.
Oh yeah, you can shapeshift.
It's 40 feet. My
40
movement's 40.
So, where did my character go? What did I do? However, I don't believe I have any flying creature that is really good at attacking, unless... Because I think I do unless a pigeon has
I think it was like a sparrow
massive
or
attack
something.
capabilities. Yeah. So, yeah. Prepare to be attacked by a sparrow.
Like you
I
look
feel like
straight down.
that's actually about my level.
I like how you look straight down the barrel of the camera there and it's like, I got you.
You're going to get sparrowed, son.
What is it? That's some sort of sex move?
Could be. Let's find out. Oh, let's not do that.
UrbanDictionary.com. Why am I doing this?
We've done this on camera before.
I paid you considerable money not to talk about that again.
Do you not understand what an NDA is?
No.
24 to hit.
24 to hit. This is with your crossbow.
Yeah, 14
All
plus
right.
10.
I will deflect missile.
Well, you got plus 10 to it, don't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's 9, so you deflect automatically.
I'm just dropping it. I'm not throwing it back.
That's all I can really do. Okay. I'm not a...
Yes.
It seems we are at a stalemate.
It's just like Pop is like, no, stop it. God damn it. How many of those things you got?
Enough.
just keep a hold of them, and then you're not getting these back.
Pocket.
Pop it. It is your turn.
Yes, sorry, I'm just looking at my spell list.
Funnily enough, the longest combat we ever really get is when I make you guys fight amongst yourselves. Normally this many rounds in, it's well and truly done.
We're deadly efficient.
I
Also, when you take one of us completely off the board.
It's not off the board. He's definitely part of it.
Oh, I'm right here.
I was talking about me.
Oh,
I would like to
sorry.
whip my mandolin around in front of me
Oh dear.
because I'm a bard. I'm going to dispel magic at Hannah.
Hey.
So if it's level 3 or lower, it ends. For each spell level 4 or higher, I have to make an ability check using my ability, and the DC is 10 plus the spell level.
Do that then. Roll that dice.
And my spellcaster ability is just the modifier?
I believe it's just what was the thing? It was what was actually writing there?
My spellcaster ability.
It's the spell magic, was it?
Yeah.
Make an ability check using the spellcasting ability. Yep. So it's your the D20 plus your spellcasting.
Spell modifier
Yep.
thing. 19.
Hannah, your vision
Still
sort
trying
of
to
your vision sort of like clears a little bit. You feel almost like a cooling wave pass over you. Like your muscles relax slightly. Your vision sort of like focuses again. Oh, that is audio poison. I'm sorry. That is
If her
the
muscles relax slightly, does she pee just a little bit?
I'm pretty sure she's good for like a pelvic floor exercises, so I'm sure she's fine. Sorry.
I've never asked.
You did. You straight up did.
No, I've never asked Hannah about her pelvic floor exercises. I wouldn't. That's not something we'll ask her, Drow.
Doesn't really come up in like water cooler conversations.
He doesn't tell.
But no, the spell affecting you has faded.
Interesting. I suppose he might know, but
And you are quite aware of the fact that your body was taken control of. Well, no, your mind was taken control of, and you were definitely directed in the direction of murdering the fuck out of Poppet.
Yeah, it was the spell's fault.
Which you definitely weren't in the direction of doing beforehand.
So out of character.
That's literally all I've got, because I can't do any bonus action from here.
All right.
That's me.
You can fly away.
Leland.
I just hover where I am. I dispelled something.
You did good, son. You did good.
Why didn't I do this 3 rounds ago?
Hey, you probably thought you
You
could.
probably wouldn't have known, to be honest.
As a bonus action,
Uh-huh.
I take a pull off of the soul that is captured inside my pendant.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Breathe in some of that sweet soul vape juice and borrow experience, giving me advantage on my next ability check.
Ooh.
And I don't know. I'll stab this guy again.
I'm gonna fucking stab a bitch.
Stab him with my knife. I rolled a 20.
Natural 20?
A natural 20.
Ooh.
So there's that.
Here comes.
So I get to
Here comes a total of 5. No,
I get to roll this d4 twice. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 4. That's 6 damage. 6 damage.
Colour me a fucking liar. Sorry.
From hell's heart, I stab thee.
You've now done more melee damage to it than I have.
That's accurate. Do you have anything else?
No, that was my bonus action and my regular action, so no.
This creature sort of like grabs its side where you've stabbed like at the body. I'm assuming you stabbed it in the body.
I don't think this is a very like skillful attack. I'm not a look. My knife fighting skills are probably somewhat atrophied from my days on the streets.
You'd probably lose a knife fight to a steak sandwich.
I think Leland mixed it up in his day, but he's become more reliant on his vast magical powers. Hey Goiter.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No. When you're training a DM, you have to reward them when they do it funny.
All right.
That was funny.
What does he do?
Okay. He sort of like grabs his side and this pulls his paw away and sees blood and just like. I don't know whether that sounded as good as I hoped it did.
That was good. It was intimidating. It was intimidating. Is he going to hit me?
Sure as fuck he's going to hit you.
With magic?
That seems
with his goddamn claws.
I am going to use Anthropic Ward.
Oh! What'd that do?
When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the roll.
nice.
I impose disadvantage on the roll. It's still going to fuck me up, but whatever.
Okay. One will miss. On this. One will miss, one will hit.
Okay. On the next attack roll, I have advantage on it. If it misses you, your next attack roll against the creature has advantage. So, because he missed, I get advantage on him.
Ooh.
Not that it's really going to make a difference, because I'm just fucking flailing at him with a stupid fucking knife.
11 points of slashing damage.
No.
I don't want to.
I don't want to go to school today.
Hana, it's all you.
Oh, okay. I walk away.
Hey, look who's flanking.
Oh, wait.
Look who's flanking too.
Look who's flanking. The Warlock.
You're right.
Shit's gone fucking wild.
Okay.
You look at your knife and you're like, I see why you like these things, Hana.
I'm going to practice my stabbing. I'll just like kind of slowly, purposely turn around and go, I kill what I want to kill on my own fucking terms, and I will start stabbing. So I'll slash at him with a lumberfoot. I rolled a natural 20. I'm now going to roll.
So the one that gets baller with the magic?
I rolled a 20 and a 7, so I'm now going to roll this one again. Dang it!
It's actually a pretty shitty bonus. It's like so like
it's a one in a lifetime.
It's a 5% chance and then a 5% of a 5%. So I'm bad at probability, but it's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. But it still means it's another 20 points of damage just randomly added to this dice roll. So it's still not that bad. Yeah, so when you roll 20, is it 20? I thought it was some extra damage. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, so it takes an extra 14 points of slashing damage. So,
There's that.
still pretty good.
But I think if you roll the extra crit, you like basically take a fucking limb off, right?
Yeah.
That's more damage than I did attacking him last turn. So that's impressive. That's what we're going with. No?
Yes.
You don't have to be mean about it.
There's nothing mean. Like Hana's been stabbing for like a lifetime. You've been stabbing for all of 30 seconds.
I was more
And you're already stabbing at a 3rd grade level.
Yeah. And casting at a 0 grade level.
10.
Right.
Sorry.
10.
He's in a very vulnerable
21.
position right now.
This is why I wish you had a camera. Ross. I want to see the pain and the sadness in your eyes.
You'd be seeing a lot of me flipping you off. Just a lot of me flipping you off.
Fair enough. 44 points of damage.
I'm flipping off southward right now. I'm flipping off in a generally south direction.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
You might be getting poppered. Sorry, James in Crossfire.
I wondered what that was.
It's like screaming fucking bird, just like oh, as a fly fuck. Sorry. After all that, how much damage did you actually do?
That was 44 points of damage.
44.
That's a spicy meatball.
That is spicy hot.
I like you when you're on my side.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll slash at him with silence.
Oh, you still got more. Silence.
I know this, no one's going to believe this, but I just rolled an unnatural 20.
Should have done before.
I'm
You could have
familiar
taken
with
the leg
your
off.
dice.
This is so fucking stupid.
I'm familiar with your dice.
Okay, so that's just these two bad boys. Oh, there. Oh, phew, there's some of that downward dodge action happening here.
Balance is
that's-
back.
5 plus 7 is 12 points of damage. And Dispel Magic on hit if he's got something cast.
I don't believe he's got anything going at the moment, so you're golden.
Cool.
Leland.
Job's done.
Isn't it Puppet's turn after?
Sorry,
I got that one.
You remember, Leland's
Sorry.
really slow. He rolls really
Sorry,
badly.
I realised I hit click. I'd already
He goes
hit
every
next
1.5 rounds.
Pop it.
Who's slow?
Pop it. Pop it.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Who
Hello.
runs Monastery Town?
Did somebody say I was slow?
Are you still here? Get out of here.
Maybe there's just a delay on the feed. There's a delay on the feed. That's
I'm not slow.
But,
you guys
hey!
need advantage.
Hey!
I feel like it might be a little bit safer for me to get back into things, so I'm gonna fly back at Kitty Cat and punch it.
Yeah.
Fly kick it. Fly kick.
Yeah.
Fly kick?
Yeah.
I fly kick the hell out of that cat.
Do that.
Like
Possibly.
Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. Do like bicycle.
That was a natural 20! Which means Thunder Gloves, it's pushed back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Actually, no. It's in a really good spot.
Is it off? Is it pushed
Sorry.
off the roof?
It was a custom thing that I have to find about critical hits.
I think it's
Sorry,
pushed off the roof. If you're pushing it right now on a
I
crit,
think it's pushed into
off the roof.
more of the roof. So it stays where it is.
Well,
And
yeah,
it
it would just
falls.
be pushed against the building, essentially.
And it falls and lands on its. Come on, guys. How cool would it be if you kick him off the roof?
He just land on his feet. It'd be boring.
But
Land
anyway,
on his head.
So
Land on his
It doubles-
stupid fucking
No, he's a
head.
cat.
critical
Oh,
doubles
good
the
point.
dice?
Yes.
Dice.
You roll the dice
Yes.
twice.
Ooh.
Roll the dice. It's twice as nice.
That's 15 points of damage. Oh no.
15
Second
points.
attack. Second attack.
Okay. And you said you're knocking this thing back, right?
It's just an aspect of the gloves. It doesn't seem to be written on the thing, but I remember when I first got it, it was a thing where if I get a crit hit with the gloves, it pushes them and I can teleport back up.
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah. Would you like to do that thing, or would you like to not do that thing?
No, I think I'm happy with where they are.
All right. Next attack. So you basically you punch this thing and you see you punch it it was a flying kick if I remember right. You kick it sort of right in the chest and you see the whole body like shift backwards by a couple of feet, and you're like that was a hell of a hit.
Yes. So second hit is a 23.
That hits.
And we'll do another 11 points.
Yep.
I'm going to use a key to make 2 more hits.
All right.
Flurry of blows. Sorry.
That second hit is sort of like it steps back a little bit as well. Like you're just like pummeling this thing.
Well, I just missed it, so 14 misses. 14.
It does.
Yeah, so I missed. And the last one for the flurry is a 19.
That does hit.
No, wait, 21. Sorry, 21.
That misses.
Damn. That's another 11 points.
Okay.
Doing good for damage.
You basically like flying kick in and then you kick it sort of square in the body, and then sort of landing your feet onto the ground like with the fist. You like slam one into one side of the jaw. It does sort of dodge on your next shot, but then you wind up with like the haymaker to finish to get your final attack in. And you strike it like square across the lower jaw. Like 2 of the like larger teeth just like come flying out with spittle and blood.
Oh, I want that.
And then this thing like takes like 2 further steps and like wobbles and falls off the rafter.
Oh no!
Tumbling end over end and then hitting the ground below with like a heavy thud.
Oh, good.
He dead?
Is he moving?
And you sort of see it sort of, it's down there and you hear it sort of like groaning and moaning in extreme pain and just roaring defiantly at what is happening. We're out of combat now, so do what you want to do.
Kill it.
Let's go slit its throat.
Coup de grace.
All right. Tell me what to do.
Would you like the honors, Hannah?
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
I'm still flying. Can I just fly Hannah down?
Yeah. Yeah.
I fly Hannah down.
Roll me a strength check to hold Hannah as you fly down. That makes a little more sense.
Just straight strength?
Yes.
3?
So you basically you go up to Hannah and you basically like grab under the arms and start sort of like awkwardly taking off, and then like a few feet beyond the rafter, you start getting those sort of shakes, the wobbles from holding something a little bit too heavy, and then your arms just like drop. Hannah,
you shot me 3 times.
Can you roll me a dex save, please?
Sure.
I'm helping.
22.
All right, so take a total of 4 damage as you hit the ground from 30 feet instead of the 8 damage it would have been.
Cool.
And you fall fairly unceremoniously, maybe about 5-10 feet away from the snow leopard person demon thing that is also moaning and groaning on the ground.
I mean, I helped you down.
I'll get up, look at Poppet and go, fair enough, probably.
I deserve this.
Then I go up with silence and silence him.
As you approach with the blade, it's like it looks over at you and it's got blood pooling out of one side of its mouth, or the eye on the right hand side where it copped the first decent punch is like closed over, swollen, and it looks at you like, you may be able to destroy my form on this plane, but I will be back.
All right, see you in chapter 2 then.
And yeah, coup de grace at this point, and it expires with a sort of a rumbling roar, and then the body quickly turns to ash and snow and melts into the ground.
And that's the end of that chapter. Never to bother us again. No, he said he'd be back, by the way, so you might want to work on fixing that at some point.
Death is but a door, time is but a window. That's a ghost.
You're as good as making friends as I am.
Yeah, that's about normal.
Huh?
As you're standing there, Hana, you hear the sound of like footsteps running towards you. As you see several of the monks of this monastery, no longer in their invisibility, racing towards you in the sort of flowing robes, which I don't think Poppet has ever sort of worn out and about. I don't believe he's worn his robes outside of the monastery. But they're sort of like flowing behind them, and they're running up to basically see what's going on.
I've taken care of the problem.
And they're like, what was that?
Demon? Devil? Seem to really want to kill him, though.
Hi.
Perrin,
I float back down to the earth.
What have you done while you're outside of the walls of the monastery?
Isn't it a good thing to religious types he picks up a demon?
And what did you bring within the walls?
Well, I didn't know he came with us, first and foremost. A couple of months back, there was this,
You named it Snore.
It was a kitten.
That was no cat.
Well, it was cat adjacent.
I mean, he was like a bigger cat when we were fighting him, but like, yeah. It might be a devil?
Why are you bringing things of the hells into our hallowed grounds?
Why are you bringing those things to where we live?
I didn't knowingly bring it. Can I get Hannah? There's that deck of cards in your bag.
Is there?
The bag of holding? Yes, you put it last session in the bag of holding. I reach into the bag of holding.
Mr. Speaker, I do not recall.
I reach into the bag of holding. And I pull out the deck of many things.
One of them steps forward is like, where did you get that?
Gnome Village.
Why do you have that?
It doesn't do anything. I don't know why you're so worried about. I drew a bunch of cards out of it. Didn't do shit.
Say we do it one more time.
We were having this festival and we were playing all these games, and in one of them I won this.
See, I'll draw a card right now. I'll show you. It's no big deal.
Please don't.
Whatever. I'll draw 3 cards. I'll do what I want.
Please don't. I don't.
Poppet is currently the one in possession of the deck, so.
I drew one of them when we were in a spot of bother, and all it said was devil on it, and then it kind of disappeared.
The one closest to you sort of just like clasps their hands to their forehead and in sort of exasperation, and
then Leland drew 2 cards from it.
Yeah, but nothing really happened. I lost some coins. I don't really look. We had a lot more going on at the time.
You know what this is?
I am familiar with decks of cards with that sort of power. Yes, and this is not something you just play around with.
I don't know. I won it in a game.
There should have been a warning.
Those cards can shift and warp and change the very fabric of creation.
Really?
We could sell it for a lot of money.
Hey, Papa, could I have a look at those again, just for a sec?
No. Bad Leland.
What do you? It's just a second.
Now,
can they be destroyed?
Just a quick peek.
Is there?
No more readily than any other magic item. They are quite powerful and quite imbued with the arcane. They are, very hard to destroy.
Leland walks up to this monk.
We can try and keep this safe and out of... how do I put this delicately? Stupid fingers.
Well, you say keep it safe. I mean, you couldn't even defend yourselves against this demon, which we took made pretty easy work of. So I feel like safety is probably more in our hands rather than the people who got eviscerated mercilessly by that thing.
I think this was our job to deal with, which is why we had to deal with it. I will hand
Have you
over
dealt?
the deck.
Is it dealt with?
Apparently, he said
it turned into ash. I mean, really, what's the objective? What's the objective definition of dealt with, if not turned into ash?
It turned into asbestos. So bad news for us, I guess. We'll breathe it in.
20 years on, mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma. Yeah, we may be entitled to financial compensation.
Long-term plans.
I'll go up to this monk that's chewing us out right now and sort of put my arm around his shoulder in the classic Leland move and say, "Look, we've dealt with your little cat problem. We do have business. We do need to go see Odin. Could you show us the way?"
To see
Sigrun.
What's the name?
Sigrun.
The Roth guy told us to talk to Odin and appeal to him for aid. That was what we're here for.
Lady Sigrun is being looked after by Lord Brandt.
Brandt's here?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it the same Brandt? Is it just a common name in this setting?
Do you know of another Lord Brandt?
Brandtskiasen.
The hero.
I don't know about Lord.
We
never call him Lord Brandt, but we've met Brandt.
The hero and leader of the wars. He's normally around Gesserek, but he is up here at the moment with Lady Sigrun.
No, I think it's probably a different Brandt.
Young parent here delivered her to Lord Brandt near on a month ago.
You said you delivered Sigrun to Odin a month ago.
I mean, there can be multiple people in a monastery. I had tea with Odin. I delivered Sigrun to the monastery.
I'll turn to the monk and I'll say, "Can you take us through there? It's kind of important. This is life or death."
Lord Brandt has insisted on no visitors.
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to have words with Lord Brandt, though. So we're under orders.
Roll insight.
5. I got a 5.
I always hate when I request this sort of thing. Is like something happened. You rolled so badly that you don't notice it.
I feel like Leland just rolling on with what he was doing and not noticing a person's reaction is very Leland.
Hana, you can also roll this one. That's my out. Pop it. No. You're a sweet summer child. You would not have noticed anything.
21.
You see the
I mean, if it's passive insight, my passive insight is 17.
Forget passive on this one. Forget passive.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Ryan, be a dick about it.
Continue.
Now I forgot what I was having you. What was the thing you said just before the insight roll? Remind me, because
I was saying that it was very important for us to go and see Brown.
Oh, I think
life or death.
Like you life or death, and you were sent.
No, wasn't it orders to see Brunt?
Orders to see Brunt, I think, or something like that. But it's like,
I think the words life or death were mentioned.
Every time you say the word Brunt, the monk is just like the most microscopic of tells. Like he is just like the briefest like furrow of a brow. Like every time you say the name Brunt.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Also, I didn't notice it, so...
No, you didn't.
Hello, the same.
Perrin,
Hi.
I'll have you come with me.
Yes. And we also need to find a safe place for these cards.
I feel
No.
I feel like Brandt might have something.
We're a party here. We need to stay together. Like don't be plucking off one of us.
You're perfectly safe. We're at the monastery. It's fine.
When is that
This is the safest place in the world.
Hold on a second. I'm not trusting Mr. Space Cadet over here to deliver orders from Hrothgar. He can't even tie his shoes without the rest of us. He's not here to deliver.
Fine. I'll go with him. You stay here.
Why don't we all go? How about we all go?
Nah, what would we do that for?
I think we should all go.
No. Perrin is the one that delivered Sigrun to us, and he will be the one to...
She is my charge.
Meet back with her.
I'll be back. You go have lunch. Have a nap. You could use a nap.
We could use a nap.
I don't want a nap!
A little grumpy when you don't have your nap.
I'm not grumpy!
Snickers and a little lie down.
Yes, and take the deck to Brant. Yes, Brant can deal with the deck of many things.
Of everyone in the world, Brant will be one of the most worthy to look after the deck.
He's always been very capable, and he has a lot of magic items. This is true.
He certainly does.
He gave me a carpet once. That was nice of him.
He is one to bestow gifts on a good many people.
He is.
Shall we?
Well, yes.
I'm going to...
Send us a voice
You two be
message.
good. You two be good.
I'm going to take out Roderick and use the refreshing my spell slots thing, so I get 2 spell slots back.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's more to... Sorry, I was waiting because I thought there was more to that one.
I was like...
Probably not yet, but...
How big is this monastery? Like end to end?
Good few 100 feet side to side.
Okay.
Hey, are some of the monks still there? We're floating around?
There's a couple other... there was like a group of 3 of them that ran up, and then Poppet has gone off. I did keep on saying your original name. Poppet has gone off with one of them. The other 2 are just sort of watching you, but then sort of also poking at where the creature was. You can see sort of the outline of where it was, because it's sort of it's damp and it's dusty versus what you can see essentially the smudge where that thing
Sure.
it wasn't decomposed. Just disintegrated.
So, what is it that you guys study?
Oh, a good many things. Philosophy, martial arts, the arts of hiding.
I'm going to wander off while Hannah's talking to these monks.
Where are you heading to?
Just like around a corner.
Okay.
Towards the west.
When Leland walks away as well, I'll say, I need to speak to your leader.
Oh, they'll probably be available soon enough. If you follow me into the main chamber,
And I
we
may
can wait
need
there.
to be alone.
Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that if they order the guards away, then so be it. But
When I say alone, I guess I mean none of the other members of my party can be there.
Oh, well, of course we're going to arrange that.
Good.
Where is the other fellow anyway? And they're looking around.
Do I see him walk off? We've got to do a perception.
Being particularly stealthy, Leland?
Yes.
Roll stealth, please.
We're splitting the party.
17.
17.
My passive perception is 20.
Actually, this time the passive would apply. You do.
I mean,
see
you
that
were
he snuck
talking
off.
to other people. Okay,
What's
cool.
passive?
Yeah.
I'm happy to roll. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, roll it. Yeah.
Cool. 19.
Okay.
What I've done anyway, what I was planning on doing is walking off around a corner, and as soon as I've cut eye line with any of those guys, I disguise myself as one of the monks.
Okay. You've seen 3 or 4 of them at this point. The robes are pretty uniform, as you'd expect, as a uniform. I'm assuming sort of making your actual physical appearance fairly nondescript.
Yeah. The rando monk.
You look like Rando Monkson.
So I saw him. So I
You
saw
saw
him
him
walk
sort of
off.
sneak off, and then you see some of the monks sort of wander back around. I'm assuming that's your plan.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the one you're talking to is like, "Please, miss, if you want to follow me, and we'll wait for the Grandmaster to be available. We can arrange that."
Cool.
And yeah, it starts leading you up into the main chamber where you guys first sort of ended up here last time. I'm
Is that a good
assuming
time to-
Leland, you're following along?
I'm going inside the monastery. I'll follow, just head down, sort of following along. And I will branch off towards the western part of the monastery.
Okay. You basically head inside, and then there's a sort of short set of stairs, and then heading up to a door that heads off to the west. Through this space, you can you start making your way, because from your memory, you know that there was a western-facing window in the vision you got. So you're basically heading for as far west as you can get in this building as you can. Occasionally, at one point, you see 2 other monks coming along, and they're in a soft chat to each other as they creep along. But they sort of spot you, and they sort of give you a little sort of a nod, knowingly, and then as they sort of pass, one just sort of gives you a bit of a sideways glance and looking you over.
I nod back and keep going.
Do I know you?
I nod and sort of hold a hand up to my mouth in a vow of silence sort of pose, and keep on walking.
Oh, sorry, my boy. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize you were a new initiative. Of course, yeah. Reserve your reserve your voice, reserve your energies. But if you could you? And he sort of extends a hand out. It's sort of out and upward facing palm, just sort of extending out to you.
I extend my hand out in the same way.
And do?
Give him 5?
Damn it, you cracked our secret code.
Got him!
I was like, ooh, too slow. No.
Down.
He sort of gives you a look as you're sort of holding it. Are you actually just slapping his hand?
Just.
Are you doing the funny bit, or
What's he actually doing with his hand? Sorry,
it's just sort of holding it out. Like it looks like it could either be like requesting something, or basically like what James is doing with his hand at the moment, sort of offering his hand out, palm upwards, flat palmed.
Okay. I place my hand on top of his hand.
Palm down, palm up, sideways, detached from your own body and
world.
served with a side of fava beans.
Palm up. I touch my hand down on top of his.
With that, he puts his left hand on top like this, and then turns sideways and pats the back of your hand and is like, "Be well," and walks on.
Your secret handshake be amongst is the worst.
Who's ever gonna guess that?
Leland guessed it. Who's ever gonna guess that? Leland's gonna guess it.
Poppet, you are being led into the western wing as well, but you are being led along sort of the northwestern hallways. You're familiar with this sort of side. This is down this side is where the libraries are. There is also this is also off towards where the chambers for the High Master are. And there's also to the sort of southern side of this wing is where the bards are as well.
Could have learned barding here.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yes.
This one sort of leads you along into the one of the study rooms. Essentially, it's a section off to the side of the main libraries. You are familiar with this area. You have studied here before. They signal for you to take a seat on a sort of a bench near an empty table at the time. It's like
I do so.
My boy, I shall fetch Lord Brandt.
I put the deck of cards safely on the desk in front of me.
And this one he sort of bows slightly at you and quickly moves out of the room, and you can hear his footsteps sort of fading off into the distance. Leland, you see that monk that took Poppet sort of appear at the far end of a north-south running hallway that you're at the southern end of.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them sort of scurry across to a set of rooms at the far end, and just like gently sort of knock and like, and you hear them sort of talking to someone within the door, but it's too far away to be able to get a good grasp of what they're actually saying.
Okay. I'm going to just be making my way along that hallway towards. Can I recognize that monk is the one that led Poppet off before?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, then I'm going towards where they are.
Okay. As you head there, you hear the door open, and you hear like sort of heavier footsteps of someone stepping out, including the sound of you hear the 2 footsteps, and you hear a single footfall. Then you hear the sound of wood on stone.
That's our Brant.
A sound that you are keenly familiar with, as Brant has a wooden leg.
Yes.
And sorry, you go.
Oh, are they they're coming out of a doorway sort of ahead of me in the hall?
Yeah, ahead of you and a little bit off to the left.
Okay. So I'm moving slowly and I'm sort of waiting them out sort of thing. Yep.
You see the unmistakable form of Brad. Cool. They are, if I remember right, half orc or even full orc. Heavily scarred. Got a large eye patch. Long robes, and there's got that distinctive gait of someone with a wooden leg as they walk along, and they're just walking side by side with this monk, and just discussing things between them, just in soft tones.
Okay. And
they move off from your left to your right, and off to a northwestern passageway.
Okay. Now that they have gone, I, as swiftly as I can still sort of maintain my composure, make my way to that door that they came out of.
Yep.
Is it?
The door is still sort of like slowly closing, just on its own hinge.
I will see if I can slip in.
You certainly can.
And I go in there.
Roll me a dex check just to slip through quickly and unnoticed.
9.
It's not the most graceful. Like your robes get the trailing part of your robes get caught in the door as it sort of closes off, and for a moment there you're sitting there like trying to pull the corner of your robes out of a jammed door.
And then I realized that they're actually an illusion, and
I sort of turn around like, huh.
Oh yeah.
In this room, you see it's a reasonable sized room. It's relatively well appointed. There is a couple of chairs. There's a longer sort of couch. No real need for sconces or anything like that. There's a couple of there's like a hanging set of like candle based like chandeliers or candelabra sort of set up. But the room is dominated by a large sort of stained glass western facing window. There is also one other feature in this room that you are instantly have your attention drawn towards, which is Sigrun, who is sitting at a chair at a table and sort of looks up and he's like, "Can I help you?"
I make the same sort of like silence gesture. And then I cast Disguise Self on myself again and change into looking like Poppet.
What are you doing here? And with that, we'll pop back over to Poppet. So we'll pop over to Hana quickly. Hana, you are sitting in the main chambers, and that the one that led you there is just sort of just sitting there. Essentially, you two are having probably the worst attempt at small talk ever attempted. They are viciously inept at it, and you have no time for it.
So, what do you think of spiders?
How long do we have?
After a little while, you hear just like a soft little, like a very small bell chime, and it's like, "Oh, master's available soon, sooner than I thought." Hold there for a moment. I'll be along in a sec. And they sort of
Well,
shuffle
take
off
your
quickly.
time. It's not important.
They shuffle off quickly, and then bring this sort of the elderly monk in, as and they're like, "What were you needing me for, miss?"
Are we in is there somewhere private we can talk?
Well, I trust all my monks here. That is one of the benefits of the Brotherhood. But do you require, like, if you follow me, we can take you to a quieter meeting spot.
Sure.
He leads you off into some of the eastern quadrants. You turn a corner and you're familiar with this spot because about half an hour ago there was a guy pinned up there by his femur, but that appears to have already been cleaned. This spot already appears to be, for the most part, cleared up. At least the body's been removed. You can see in the stone pillar there is about the sort of size of a 50-cent piece of like a hole driven into that stone, and there's the distinct red staining of blood all the way down and across the floor in that area. But otherwise, the rest of the remains have already been removed.
I'll do a perception check with guidance just quickly. I rolled a natural 1, so as far as I'm concerned, we're all alone.
But he leads you up to one of those doors that Leland pointed out were locked, and when he goes up, he holds his hand up to this little symbol, which like glows brighter briefly and then dulls right down, and then you hear the door like click, and he opens it up and signals you to go in first. He's like, "If you don't mind, my dear."
I hop on in.
He comes in and like shuts the door behind and. And what do you need?
I'll be quick and to the point. Under no circumstance can any of us party, and the people that walked in this monastery in the last hour or so, can any of us ever see or be near Odin. Whatever security measures you have in place, double them, triple them, hide them, I don't know. But neither myself or my compatriots must be able to see them.
You don't need an insight check for this. You see the genuine look of panic in his eyes. Why? It's talk quickly, but why?
I'm not really quite sure myself, but let's just say Odin himself told me. I think.
And at that point, he turns 180, and at a phenomenally fast rate for a man who looks probably in his 80s to 90s. He is moving.
Those monk levels, that plus 20 feet speed.
That's what we're going for. He moves at a unnaturally fast pace for someone of his advanced age. Out the room, the door just sort of like swings quickly to the extent of its hinging, and then bounces back and closes behind, basically leaving you in a small monk-shaped dust cloud in an empty room.
Hello?
Poppet.
Hi.
You're sitting in the room, and at a point you have Brant led to you by the monk that was attending to you before.
Yes.
And he sees you, and he looks genuinely disappointed. I wasn't expecting to see you.
They thought I should see you. Are you
Ask him where our fucking coins are.
And I push forward and hold out the deck of many things.
Okay, just say what you said again, James. Sorry.
I ask him if he's familiar with this, and I hold out the deck of many things.
Of course, I'm familiar with these things. That.
Do you know how to dispose of it?
You don't dispose of them. You just don't use them.
Oh, okay. I've drawn 1, and Leland's drawn 2, and we should probably lock this.
Which is why I told This is why I gave instructions for you guys not to come.
I didn't want to. Hrothgar sent us with instructions. We were to get Sigrun back for the defense of Gessert, and we were also to make an appeal to Odin for assistance in the defense of Gessert, which has been under siege from fish people. I'm assuming
I
you have
told
some
you
awareness
this
of.
last time you were here. Things are happening too early.
Yes.
If they happen too early, Ragnarok comes, and the world is doomed.
Yes.
Ooh.
It will happen eventually. It'll happen when it's due. But if it is too soon, things will not happen properly.
Doomed.
If I am killed too soon, it's all over.
Yes.
I told you this, yet you still came back. I told Hana, do not let them get to me. And you are still here.
I tried to argue against Hrothgar. These are his insistence. His main insistence was the return of Sigrun. We were also to
Your actions
if she's.
may have doomed us all.
I'm sorry.
And with that, we'll pick this up next time.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Sorry, Ross, did you have something?
I do.
Uh-huh.
I can be quick. I can be quick.
Okay.
I've got so long to travel to get home.
Ross?
Yeah.
What do you got?
It's pretend puppet.
Pretend puppet with Sigrun? Yes.
Yeah.
And she's like, so what are you doing here?
And then in his best puppet impersonation.
Oh, this would be good.
Hold on. I gotta.
Just really deepen the voice. Really deepen it.
Hi.
Hi, I've got something very important that I need to give to you. And I move over towards Sigrun.
Oh no.
What is it?
Oh no.
And then I purge 8 corruption points into Sigrun.
So, just for the record, we may just have to hang on the line for about probably 5-10 minutes because there's a little bit to resolve now.
Yes.
If you could do the purging process.
Purging is dangerous. Target within 30 feet must make a DC 20 con save.
Oh, Sigrun.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever
we can't take you
purged.
places.
I don't think I've ever purged this many points all at once.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that is such a bad save. Okay. Yep.
Ryan.
Failed real bad.
Ryan.
On a failure, it takes 1d10 per point purged and suffers a corruption ailment in the same way mentioned above. On a success, it takes half damage. So she takes 8 d10s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to roll those?
Oh, I can.
Oh, wait, I have a bunch. Sorry, I can roll 4 all at onsk.
Okay, this is that twice. Give me the number.
It's your purge.
It is your purge.
5, 8.
Look at your guys' faces.
15. 25, 34, 37, 43 damage.
43 total?
Yes. I imagine Leland screams when he does this as well. Like ropes of darkness tearing out of his throat.
Yeah. If you want to describe this, you do that, please. If you can describe.
Like, I imagine it starts out like with just sort of like the black mist swirling around his fingertips as he goes to do it, and then like that like snaps and solidifies, and then it is just like wire and rope and just jaggedness tearing out of Leland like too fast, slamming into Sigrun. Like it starts out as like a wispy smoke.
There is a hell of a lot of like dark energy, but there is also like little bits of blood and everything that are coming along with it, just like caught up in the flow.
Yes. Purging is dangerous and can potentially harm Leland. Roll a d6. I got to roll a d6.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually sort of important.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be a good one, Ryan.
I know you do.
I got a 2. Take a disease from the table.
Well, that seems fine.
Coronavirus it is.
God. Diseases.
Hi, guys. I'm helping.
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
I'm helping Sigrun be her true self, realize her full potential in the service of the one true God.
Mordecai?
Then I'm catching something nasty.
Okay. You feel like your lungs are on fire.
Uh-oh.
Like you try and take a sharp intake, and that sounds very much like that. And it coughs slightly, and you have this phlegmy blood in your hand.
You got to quit smoking, dude.
Have I got the TB?
It's a bit like the consumption, but pretty fast onset.
Oh no.
Sigrun, on the other hand,
She takes 8 like rolls of the dice at corruption for what it's worth, but you know, I imagine something different's going to happen though.
you see this like the swirling miasma of darkness like going around her. The ever-present glow that is Sigrun is being drowned out by the darkness swirling around her. She like you can hear her sort of like grunt and groan against this sort of onslaught, and then at some point she sort of breaks, and it is the exclamation coming from her goes from one of defiance and fight to dread, terror, and pain.
Oh.
And it is released in a long, drawn-out scream/roar. And that goes on for much longer than you'd expect a single lungful of air. To the point where you see like this whole swirling mist around her, and the power that you've brought forth. It's slowly sort of like closing in on her, becoming more tangible, and every now and then, like fragments of it sort of dive inwards into sort of the eye of the storm, so to speak, where she is, and like pierce through her skin, past her armor, past her protection, past her light, and like stabbing into her body. And you just like, it's like little arrows or little slivers, or someone's caught in a tornado and getting torn up by the debris.
She's going to be okay though, right?
This goes on for a while. And you was just watching this in sort of, at first, amusement, but as your existing madness fades away and you yourself, Leland, come back. You are now seeing someone that you have known for quite some time, who has been there in dangerous times and been by your side and fighting by your side, and you know what you have done, what you have wrought, and that is hitting you like a ton of bricks.
No.
And this is being compounded by the sound of 2 or 3 different fists hammering at the door behind you, trying to get in, and yelling out for Sigrun and asking if she is all right, and asking what is going on, what is happening. Let us in. And with that, we will finish for tonight.
Thanks for listening to Heimdall's Watch. You can email the crew at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Isolated City Gaming. We're also available across multiple platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. Search for Isolated City Gaming or Heimdall's Watch, and then hit that subscribe button. See you out there, folks.